Hi everyone, welcome back. This is not a tutorial. It's just a very quick kind of run around of my studio and my setup and the way I have my easel set up, because I got a couple of questions about how my easel is set up here and how I paint kind of upright and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to give you a quick tour of my studio and what I have in here and my setup, okay? So let's take a look at this. Now this is my easel. There's a sharp painting which I just finished, okay? Very nice, isn't it? Doesn't that look absolutely wonderful? I'm very happy with that. I love this guy off in the distance. He's circling around, looking for food. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So now look, this is on an upright board. You can see the black board there, okay? It's just a regular black sheet of timber. I think it came off in an old wardrobe or something like that. And I painted it black. And then, at the end of this board, I have a little piece of 2x1 screwed into this, okay? All the way along. And my canvas then sits on top of that, okay? It just rests on top of that. I have a little clamp here for my phone, which I use for looking at the reference photographs, that kind of thing, okay? It's just a regular cheap little clamp. Now all of this is set on a little table easel, okay? It's just a regular table easel. It's not secured in any way, it's just sitting there quite kind of loose. Okay, let me show you, you see? It's just sitting loose. Now let me show you the back of this so you can get a clear picture. So look, it's just a regular table easel. And it's just resting against the easel, you see? That's all it is. Nice and simple, but it works. Now I do have it at a slight angle, okay? A very slight angle, just so it's not too upright. That's kind of it. I just kind of, and this little table here, I made this myself. This out of an old piece of a kitchen worktop. I made that myself, just put it together with some screws, a little bit of timber. I also have a little table here with my box, my painting box on it, with all my stuff close to hand. You know, I mean, it's just a very simple setup. I have a little stand here for my camcorder, which I use for doing still shots, intros, that kind of thing. I also have this little funny looking thing here, which I made myself. The camcorder screws onto this, and I'm facing the painting like that then, you see. Now this can be adjusted up or down. It can be moved left or right. It goes up or down here. It can turn like this, and it's on a rail which can be slid all the way along here as well. So it's very versatile. Now it's not perfect, okay, it's just something I kind of threw together myself, but it, you know what, it does the job fine, and it's just as good as any other expensive piece of equipment out there. It's a lot more versatile for me because I can kind of move it left and right like this. I can move it up or down like that. I can turn the camera, adjust the camera as I need. So it's very, very flexible for me. So that's kind of it. I do have a small little TV here on my wall, which I use sometimes for the reference photographs, but it's a little bit too high up for me, so it's just really, it's doing nothing at the moment. It's just kind of sitting there, do you know what I mean? There's a couple of my paintings, my tutorials. I don't kind of sell much, I'll be honest, because where I kind of live here, most people who would buy art around here would buy stuff from local scenery, so local landmarks, that kind of thing. So a lot of people wouldn't be interested in something like this, we'll say, or something like that. People love this kind of stuff here. This is the old burning of Cork. You know, anything which has significance, I think a lot of people would love. But stuff like this is very difficult to sell around here, because unless it catches your eye and somebody has a memory of it, you know, it's very difficult to sell that kind of stuff. So, for instance, I had this one now a very long time. I hung it up in restaurants, in cafes, very cheap as well. But you know, people just don't show interest in that kind of work. The Grand Canyon. So I have a lot of stuff here which is old as well. Look, lots of old tutorials. That's a nice little one down there. So yeah, that's it. This is my setup. It's just a small studio, but look, it does the job wonderfully. Very good friend sent me that, Chris, Reverend Chris sent me that. Thank you so much if you're watching. This brings me my luck, my good luck. There's my daughter, and lots of bits and pieces lying around. I have a very old palette here. Let me show you. This is one of my very, very first palettes that I had since I was a child. And it's when I first started doing watercolours. I do paint with watercolours as well. I haven't done for a long time, but I love to paint with watercolours and pastels. There's good old Bob Ross looking over me, helping me along. You know, so it's great. You know, it's my own little space. I have a pair of binoculars there actually, and I also have a telescope in the house because I love stargazing. I love looking up at the stars at night. It's just a little hobby. I just find it intriguing. So yeah, there's my little stubby brushes. I have plenty there now to keep me going for a while. For posing as well. So that's it. This is my setup. These lights are driving me crazy actually. I need to get rid of this one here because it's a very yellowy bulb. It's supposed to be a daylight bulb, but it's very, very yellowy, and it's casting an awful yellow, a terrible yellow colour on everything when I record. Even my face looks yellow. I have some LED ones up here. They're more whitey, you see. So I need to just really take this down and replace it with a proper LED daylight one. I have a little spotlight there. That's a nice one. But yes, I need to really address my lighting situation because it's not great. Perhaps even if I got some reflectors or something to help kind of push the light down a bit more. You know, it's not ideal, but look, it does the job for now. And my tutorials are not too bad, I don't think. Some are kind of hit and miss. I know some of the recording quality might not be excellent on some of them. I must try and sort this camera out because there's no setting on the camera to kind of hold the focus. It sort of just auto focuses itself throughout the painting. Sometimes when I look back at the tutorial after it's edited, there could be little spots here and there where it gets very fuzzy. That's the zoom on the camera trying to kind of zoom itself and trying to focus itself, and it's really annoying sometimes. There's no setting on the camera to just focus in and hold it. Do you understand what I mean? It's constantly kind of changing and adapting, so I must try and look into that. Now, it's a great camcorder, it's fantastic, it really is. It does high quality videos. I have this now on the highest setting, so you can see the difference. It's much smoother. But it uses fair storage on the memory card. So yeah, I must mess around with it and see. There's probably a setting somewhere in there. So that's it. This is my studio. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that had shed some light on the easel setup. So it's just again a board, and it's just resting on a table easel. Okay, that's all. A regular table easel. Sometimes I will put this clamp down on it just to hold it in place. Okay. If I'm using a big canvas, a very tall canvas, I'll just take this board off completely and just use the table easel on its own. Alright, so that's it. Look, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. There's a treadmill over there, look. It's going from a studio to God knows what. There's a bit of everything stored in here. I have every intention of getting fit for the summer. But when it's thrown in a corner like this and it's just left there, nothing happens. So there you go, my friends. I need to get healthy. I'll talk to you all again soon. I hope that helped. Thank you and God bless.